Picture this. You're sitting on the couch after a long day. Your cat is curled up across the room, completely still, watching you with those half-lidded eyes. And then it happens. Slowly, almost deliberately, they close their eyes, hold them shut for just a moment, then open them again. And you probably thought, "Oh, my cat is sleepy." But what if I told you that in that single quiet moment, your cat was doing something extraordinary, something that scientists didn't fully understand until just a few years ago? Something that changes everything about the way you think about your relationship with them? Because what most cat owners don't realize is that a slow blink is not about sleep. It's not boredom. It's not a reflex. And it's definitely not random. Something deeper is happening here. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Stay with me, because there's one part of this story, coming later in the video, that genuinely shocked researchers when they discovered it. And I think it's going to move you too. Let's go back to the beginning. To the wild, cats are, at their core, predators. Their eyes are built for hunting, scanning for the tiniest flicker of movement, never missing a detail. In the wild, a cat that closes its eyes around another animal is doing something almost unthinkable. It's lowering its guard. It's choosing, in that fraction of a second, to be vulnerable. Think about what that means. For an animal hardwired for survival, deliberately shutting its eyes, even briefly, is an act of profound trust. So when your cat looks at you from across the room and slowly closes their eyes, they're not drifting off. They're making a choice. They are telling you, without a single sound, that they feel safe with you, that in your presence, they don't need to be on guard, that you, a giant, loud, unpredictable creature by their standards, are someone they trust with their life. That's not a small thing. That's one of the biggest things a cat can offer you. But here's the thing. Researchers weren't always sure this was real. For years, cat behavior was wildly misunderstood. Dogs wear their emotions openly, they wag, they bark, they leap. Cats, on the other hand, communicate in a language that's subtle, layered, and incredibly easy to miss. So for a long time, the slow blink was written off. People assumed it was coincidental. A blink is just a blink, right? Then, in 2020, something changed. A team of scientists at the University of Sussex and the University of Portsmouth in the UK decided to actually test it. Dr. Karen McComb and her colleagues designed a series of experiments that were beautifully simple in concept, but remarkable in what they revealed. In the first part of the study, cat owners sat across from their own cats and on cue performed a slow blink, narrowing their eyes softly and letting their lids drop slowly. The result? The cats slow blinked back significantly more often than when their owners kept a neutral, open expression. The cats were responding, they were reciprocating, and this is where it gets interesting because they didn't stop there. In the second experiment, a complete stranger performed the same slow blink toward cats they had never met before. And again, the cats were more likely to slow blink back at the person who slow blinked first. They were also more likely to approach that stranger afterward. What the research showed was something quietly astonishing. The slow blink isn't just a passive signal, it's a conversation. It's a back and forth. It's your cat reaching across the space between you and saying, "I see you, I feel comfortable, and I'm glad you're here." Now, to really understand why this matters, we have to talk about what cats are actually feeling when they do this. Cats are what behaviorists call solitary sociable animals. Unlike dogs, who evolved alongside humans in packs and groups, cats spent thousands of years as largely independent hunters. Their social bonds are built slowly, carefully, and on their own terms. You can't rush a cat into trusting you. You can't demand affection. They decide. They choose. And that choice and that slow, deliberate lowering of the eyes is the result of an emotional state that researchers describe as relaxed positive affect. In plain language, it means your cat is genuinely, deeply content. Not just physically comfortable, but emotionally at ease. They are happy in a way that goes beyond a warm spot in the sun or a full food bowl. They are happy because of you. What most owners don't realize is that cats form emotional attachments that run much deeper than we've historically given them credit for. For years, the popular belief was that cats are aloof, that they tolerate us at best, that they're in it for the food and the warmth, but modern research has torn that idea apart completely. Studies have shown that cats exhibit secure attachment behavior toward their owners, the same kind of attachment that human infants form with their caregivers. When you leave, some cats experience genuine stress. When you return, their anxiety fades. And when you're simply in the room with them, present and calm, that slow blink is the window into what they feel. But the story doesn't end with science. Think about the cats who came before the ones in research labs, the ones who lived in ancient Egypt, worshipped as sacred animals, the ones who sailed on ships for centuries, kept by sailors who believed they brought good fortune, the ones who found their way into paintings, into literature, into folklore across dozens of cultures on every continent. Humans and cats have been orbiting each other for at least 10,000 years, and somewhere in that long, strange history, a silent language developed between our two species. Not taught, not trained, just grown, slowly, like something natural. The slow blink is part of that language. It's one of the few behaviors that cats seem to perform, specifically in the context of their relationships with humans. It's not something they use to communicate with other cats in the same way. It belongs to the space between a cat and the person they love. When you think about it that way, it stops being just a cute thing your cat does and becomes something almost ceremonial, a greeting between two very different kinds of creatures who somehow found a way to understand each other. And here's the part I promised you earlier. The thing that surprised the researchers the most. When the strangers in the study performed the slow blink, they weren't just mimicking the behavior randomly. They were told to make eye contact first, let the cat look at them, and then, slowly, gently, let their eyes close. And the cats responded, not to a face they recognized, not to a smell they knew, but to a signal, to the shape of a feeling being communicated across species lines. Dr. McComb described it as a possible form of positive emotional communication between humans and cats. And what that suggests is something almost breathtaking, that cats have evolved over millennia of living alongside us to read and respond to our emotional cues, that they have learned, or perhaps always known, that when a creature closes its eyes slowly in your presence, it means safety. It means warmth. It means I'm not a threat. I'm not here to harm you. I'm here, and I'm glad you're here too. So the next time you catch your cat watching you, here's what you can do. Make soft, relaxed eye contact. Don't stare. That can feel threatening to a cat. Just let your gaze settle gently on them. And then, slowly, close your eyes halfway. Hold it for just a moment. Then open them again. And wait, because there is a very good chance that after a beat, maybe a few seconds, maybe a little longer, your cat will blink back. And when they do, you'll know you're not imagining it. You'll know it means something. You'll know in a way that no amount of words could fully express, that your cat sees you, that they feel safe with you, that in their quiet, mysterious, entirely cat way, they love you. There is something deeply moving about the slow blink when you sit with it long enough. We spend so much of our lives trying to be understood, trying to say the right thing, to explain ourselves, to connect. And here is this small, ancient creature who has found a way to say everything that matters. I trust you. I'm safe. I'm at peace with you here, without making a single sound. Cats have been called mysterious for so long that we sometimes forget to look for what they're actually saying. But they are saying something. They've always been saying something. We just had to learn how to listen with our eyes instead of our ears. The slow blink is a love letter written in silence. And the most beautiful part? You can write one back,